2022, you guys. What a great year.
Yeah, by the time this one goes up, it'll have been 3 months ago that 2022 ended.
So happy New Year ahead of time.
So happy New Year ahead of time. For all those living in March right now.
That's not fair. The last one went up pretty timely, so
it did.
Yeah. I think we got the flow down now, so things are kind of.
I also want to point out that before this show, we were just talking about how I'm nothing but positivity, and within 30 seconds, I'm already crapping on the posting schedule. So,
well, Dave, as producer, wouldn't this fall under your responsibility?
I was not given the login. We've been over this.
Yeah, it would normally, but
Okay.
It would normally, but unfortunately, no, not me.
I think that
I was given
that login comes with a pay increase, right?
It does. And I saw no pay increase after we got the blue check mark for Andy. And I just want to say that, yikes.
Was the blue check contract? Was the check mark the highlight of 2022? I mean,
it came down.
That was a goal for years.
Yeah, that was December.
Yeah, we've been talking about that for a while.
I guess you could say that goal was checked off the list.
It was.
All right, so we skipped right to December. Good show.
Are we going chronologically now?
Yeah,
no. It doesn't matter. But I don't know. I was thinking today, what all happened in 2022, and I was like, oh, first this studio got built. That happened.
Yeah. Looking snazzy, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I remember pulling up to Andy's house when it was strictly just wood, beams and stuff. It's like, my stuff will be right underneath here. It's like, oh, cool. We're walking on what's going to be your studio. Nice.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, here's the studio. And he's like, that's a concrete basement. What is going on right now? He's like, I can't picture it.
This is where the kitchen will be. This will be a bedroom. I'm like, Andy, we're walking in space. There's no walls. It was a great time watching that get built, though. It was just crazy to watch each of the steps throughout the year. When did you finish that one?
That was huge because let's see, moved in around August, June or August, something like that.
That's awesome.
It took forever because everything was a big deal. It was hard to get guys to show up to do concrete work and stuff. And before you can move into a new place, you have to have steps into the house, some kind of rule, I guess. And it was pulling teeth trying to get guys to come finish that little stuff,
What's easier, getting guys to come to a wrestling show that are booked or getting guys to lay concrete?
Wrestling show all day,
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
It must be tough then.
Yeah, dude. You don't want to hire anybody to do anything, any kind of fence install, cement work, driveway, anything like that, because you're just on a waiting list. If you're trying to order, one of the big deals too was trying to order, just doors and windows and things like that. You're talking 6 months out to try to just get stuff because of shortages and things like that.
This time of year, you don't want to be on a waiting list for windows, right?
No, well, probably not now, but this whole year and probably into next year, it's going to be like that still. So,
but that was the big moment. Connor started out the year on your podcast, though, was kind of the rejuvenation of your podcast.
Yeah, that kind of well, I don't know, you, Dave, you kind of kept nudging me to, do more podcasts, do more stuff this year. And we got Connor jumped on as one of the first guests this year. And then just kind of went from there, But it's cool.
That's fitting that it would all come back around, huh?
Yeah.
Bookmark the whole thing.
So
Connor, Well, I was going to say, how did that all happen, Connor? Did he just reach out to you? Was it like a one day thing? Did he chip away at it? Tell me how he lured you into podcasting with him.
He's been hounding me for years, and I've been telling him he's got to talk to my people. But once he put out the right figure, I was game.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, like, what was this crazy? Because Connor and I have been talking about, like, even like getting Connor back in the ring, wrestling again, We've been kind of going back and forth about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, maybe I can come back too, like, because we kind of like, had a little back and forth. What was it like on Twitter and stuff like that a little bit? And I'd send him like, tweet him like crazy
some tag team
tag team moves and stuff, and I'm like, oh hey, you're the one doing the high spot in this one, but this could be our finish, Yeah,
well, I'm known as the high flyer,
so having Connor on was like super awesome, and actually having all you guys on, I'm hoping to get more. I think even like the biggest part of this year was just for me kind of reuniting with everybody,
Yeah.
Because well, it was just like, seeing guys again that like I haven't seen in a long time, having them come wrestle in Janesville, but then even like all the new people that I met this year too, that I didn't even know before, that all these guys have been like training with, and even like so much of like, guys like Eddie or Schultz or the Zetas, or, people like,
yeah, I feel the same way. Greg.
Yeah. Moondog. Like I didn't know Moondog before this, before this year. And, like all these guys, awesome, and then like, I didn't even know, like Stallion even, worked anymore. I had no idea, because I was kind of out of touch there for a little bit. And then I'm like, oh, he's still around? Awesome. Like, guys like that, and like, just really cool,
For sure.
And like Bombshelly, who else? Mateo. Like, you met a lot of cool people that have come through.
Yeah.
Ewok, another one that you were giving tips to him just because you had that like mentor mentality of like, in you still. I just remember you were talking to him about strikes one day, and you got into the ring. You're like, let me just show you how I would do it. And then you just got up there and was just like knocked off the rust in 5 seconds.
Or like Axel, Chico, like all those guys,
Yep.
Like guys that I normally wouldn't have even met. Or even just going to, even going to that one CSW show this year.
True.
And all of a sudden, like, that's kind of where everybody was, I had no idea. And then, Sky was there, and then that's how we met Shelly and some of those other guys, so that was super awesome.
Now, did you and Connor ever work together at Premiere, or did you guys kind of like orbit around each other? Did you guys ever have matches with each other?
Oh, no, we worked, yeah.
We worked together lots of times.
Yeah, I have no idea. I was gone by then, so that's why I'm curious. Just like, did you work with each other, against each other? Because I know that you were doing Dirty Boys Club for a long time there, and I had left right before that.
I think we may have tagged together once or twice, but we mostly went against one another.
Yeah.
We must have had like a dozen or 2 matches together.
Yeah, because I was face for quite a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely, and I think we did. I think we actually did like a mixed tag.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, with Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, we worked quite a bit.
Nice.
And trained together too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's obviously with the training and stuff like that. It's just cool seeing like you said, seeing everyone coming full circle, right? Seeing them again, working up in Janesville, working at local shows in Woodstock and at CSW. It's just cool to see that everybody's still working and everyone's still passionate about things. That was the one cool thing about seeing Connor come back was, your first match we found out was back in September. It didn't look like you missed a beat at all. Like you seemed there was the one moment where you needed to take a breather. But I remember coming into that match, I was like, I wonder, what it's going to be like knocking off the rust. And you did great. Like, what were your thoughts going into that one?
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I mean, I feel similarly to Andy in that it was good seeing a lot of people I hadn't seen in a while. But mostly, this was kind of a rough year for me. I had gone deep into debt through gambling, and that was my real motivation to get back into the ring. Is I'm trying to, earn enough to be back at the slots once again. So, with that in mind, I had to take in everything that I had learned, everything that Andy and others had taught me, and I had to give it my all. And I just went out there and let instinct take over.
Nice. Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun watching that match, and most recently, the match with Long Time. I mean, like, just watch. I mean, for me, that's like the quintessential match that I want to work. Are two guys that are just out there to entertain on like the next level, right? And you went all in on that one, and it really showed. I would say. How was that experience? Ending the year there with him.
Oh, well, I that's kind of you to say. Yeah, it was a good time. I had gone up against Matt Longtime once or twice as well, and we just went in there. I got to admit it wasn't as much fun for me actually.
Yeah, do we have highlights? Wait, it's a podcast. That's right.
Long Time's fun, dude. That's who you want to work. Like, all day, every night, you want to work Long Time. He's a blast.
A lot of people were giving me crap afterwards because there was some outside assistance in that match that I don't remember seeing.
Yeah.
I didn't quite understand what everyone was talking about.
Yeah. When did that become allowed that that we can have the fans join in and gang up on the athletes in the ring? I mean, in the olden days, they would have a problem with that.
Yeah,
right.
That's the thing about...
You should have sent some people in the back to come after these kids, Andy. I think that was part of your responsibility.
Oh, well, that's the thing about 2022, my dude. There's like a lot of gray area,
Yeah.
So we kind of let things slide. Kind of like how, the Zetas were allowed to wrestle all three of them at the same time in a tag match. Things like that. So.
The rules are really changing. Well, I'm going to have to raise up my own army of children to bring into the ring with me next time.
So I saw you, now not only did you work Janesville, but I kind of seen you pop up on some other shows too.
Yeah, I was at CSW and Northland Pro Wrestling and Woodstock as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how did those go?
It was a swell old time, a lot of the same folks that are over there at JWA. I was doing some tag teaming with my good friend Poncho, who I refer to as the ace up my sleeve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. You see, we got kind of a thing there. Yeah,
I like that.
And I was also in the Futures Battle Royal over at CSW.
No stranger to the Battle Royal.
That's right.
Nice.
Any opportunity I have to just go in there and punch a bunch of guys, I'll take it.
CSW was awesome. That one show I went to where, Vic and Esther wrestled Carlito.
Yes, I watched that match. It was excellent.
Yeah, that was amazing. But like that whole show was awesome. Like I'd never been to one of those shows before, and I had fun. It was just crazy. That whole experience was awesome.
Yeah, they put on a real nice production over there.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then I also went to, I feel like I've watched a lot of shows this year. Like I didn't even, you guys, I was honestly pretty much done with wrestling. I didn't really plan on getting back into it this year. And then all of a sudden, I got invited to one of the JWA shows, and then, one thing led to another, and then I'm like, helping out as like the commissioner, and then booking the shows, and having fun, and then I've even gone to I went to a Mondo Lucha show for the first time. That was amazing.
Well, let's not. You also passed over that you were inducted into the Hall of Fame this year.
I
for
did
JW.
Hall of
Yes.
Fame, JWA Hall of Fame, like
Congratulations.
so many things that I didn't even plan on happen this year. Even I don't know, let's say like even Dave getting back into to reffing, you know.
Was this your first year back reffing, Dave?
Well, so yeah, once we went to JWA, Andy was like, "Yeah, so let's do this." I was like, "All right."
And you really hit the ground running, huh?
Yeah, definitely no longer in shape. So definitely was like hitting the mat with a little extra padding, compared to years past. But yeah,
I've seen you out there for quite a few matches. It's not easy to have to get up and down so many times.
yeah, it's more difficult when you're out of shape, is all I'm gonna say. I mean, I remember the first match back, I was a ball of sweat, and everyone's like, "Dude, the show hasn't even started yet." And I'm like, "Yeah, I get it." But this is just how this is gonna have to be. But I took it real seriously. When I trained, I was real specific about things. And Andy knows I'm like, when it comes to like finishes, when it comes to the psychology of the match, when people are putting it together, like I'll jump in and just ask questions to kind of like get people on the right path and stuff like that. And I think that's what's gotten a lot of respect from the guys. It's like, oh, you get what we're trying to do. It's like, yeah, we're all in this together trying to put on the best match possible. Like I'm not sabotaging your match. Doesn't me no good. I want you to have a good match. I want to be in the match that is a good match. You know, it's all about us moving together. And so I just kept that mentality. And I've had some hiccups since being back. I will say that. I mean, it hasn't been clean. But as the comedy / junior ref of JWA, you know, I feel like, yeah, it was a good year for that, and opened up some opportunities for me elsewhere. Northland being one of the ones that I do now, and those guys, I mean, they're just like, man, you're like another breed. It's like, yeah, man, I live and breathe this stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know. I always appreciate seeing you out there over at Northland as well. Anytime that I'm stepping into that ring and I see you in the stripes, I know that I'm taken care of.
That's all I ask, is that you know that you're getting taken care of.
I mean, I'm hoping that you're looking me directly in the eyes and whatnot when, you know, and I hope you turned a blind eye to certain things, I'll say. But,
you know, I mean, it's a gray area. We all just want to have a good shot. We want to give 110%, you know, and it's about team effort.
Sure.
You know, that's all it is. That's my bedazzled impression, Andy, by the way.
I haven't been invited to Northland over there, so I feel like there might be some heat or something.
Okay, so that is literally not even okay, that's not, like you're really pushing buttons here. Every goddamn show. Cody James has reached out multiple times. Hey, bud, when you coming to Northlands? Oh, yeah, I'll probably be there next show. Hey, didn't see you last month in Northlands. Oh, yeah, next show for sure.
Yeah, well, the one time I was going to go, like, you weren't there, Dave, so I couldn't go. So.
December show? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was suspended.
Oh, okay.
For
I didn't
overturning the match, took away the belt from Eddie in front of his family and friends.
Yeah, he had it coming, though, so.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
I mean, rules are rules. I caught that one.
Yeah.
Nah, we'll have to get out to one of those at some point, but we'll see. But it's just so crazy, like thinking like you're gonna be done with something and then you're just back in it, you know?
Yeah. I guess that can be said for all three of us, huh?
Yeah, isn't that kind of wild?
Yeah.
But it's fun. I don't know. I'm having fun at the moment, so keep it rolling. Even this podcast, dude. Like I love either just you know, talking about wrestling or anything really. You know, sometimes we talk about other stuff, tech or anything that's happening, but you know, just things that we're into. But I even like doing the interview part. You know, I want to have more of the guys on. Like I was, dude. Even having Colton come back this year, like
yes, everybody likes
and like.
that.
And dude doesn't, you know, it's not like dude's out training and like comes back in and it's like hasn't missed a beat and just doing like some amazing things. Like it was just insane, you know.
One of my first matches back was Colton versus Anestra.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I remember somebody going like, "Hey, so like, are you nervous?" I said, "I'm more nervous about the second match. This first one with these two guys is like a glove. Like, I've done this one 100 times. I've been in camp 1,000 times for these guys. Like, I know this match by the, like the back of my hand. And sure enough, like, it was smooth. I was in my spots that they knew. Like, it was perfect, and it was awesome to work with them again."
Yeah, it sounds like you had quite the string of episodes for your podcast this year, huh, Andy?
Yeah, dude, it's been crazy. I didn't even tell you, like, Dave, I didn't even tell you, I even hit Connor up before one of the shows. It was kind of like short notice, but I was like, hey, you want to get there early and bump around and, train a little bit? And then, like, it never happened, but at the moment, I was feeling like, oh, dude, I think we could, work a match before the show or something,
When inspiration strikes.
Yeah.
I was on the way to one of the shows. I think I was picking Andy up, and I was like, crap, I forgot my knee pads. And it was like, I don't know, June or July. I was like, crap, Andy, do you have some knee pads I could borrow? He's like, sure. And I just remember thinking, his wife's going to see those knee pads like on his gear and just question, like, what's going on?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I've been careful, trying to ease back in, Andy, but you're gonna 2023. It's gonna happen.
This is the year. That's the resolution.
Mm-hmm. But is there conflict of interest though with me? Commissioning and commissioning.
Yeah, that could be a problem. Yeah,
I disagree. William Regal, when he was commissioner, wrestled multiple times against Chris Jericho.
Well, I think it comes down to the official.
Sure.
It depends. Are you willing to go against the guy cutting your paycheck? I don't know.
Oh, 1,000%. I mean, that's the other way. It's like, can I be partial at all and let Andy win? I don't know. Like, that's where, the real question is, right?
Yeah. Like, do I take the title away for that night and
put it on yourself?
Yeah, I'm just working. There's no commissioner,
Chaos. You know how many times I look at the commissioner's table and ask if things are okay? Like, Andy, is this really going to happen? I don't know. Let it happen.
Yeah, I'm not in. Just do it. Yeah, or I'm like, it's cool. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know where the milkshake came from.
Wow, milkshake. Yeah, there was milkshakes in the ring. Oh,
there were milkshakes.
There were bubble machines that show.
Bubble machines.
It was a good time.
There were cookie sheets. You guys
cookie sheets?
Yeah, there's some cookie sheets.
Oh, there was cookie sheets. Yeah.
Was that me?
No. It was in another match.
That's fancy. Yeah, I do not watch other people's matches. I try to leave as quickly as possible. I try to skip setup, and then I just get the hell out of town. So.
That's just good form.
Good form.
You know what I love though is because I've been doing commentary. So, dude, even like this year doing commentary with the Dork Side of the Ring guys, right? And but what's fun about that is like I get to watch all the matches. So like that's pretty cool. But that's basically me trying to make those guys laugh. Like,
yeah, it sounds like you've been having a lot of fun doing the commentary.
Yeah, like even like just Dave, like I'm wearing a lot of hats too over there. So
yeah.
But the commentary is fun. I like it.
Because back in the day, when Andy and I became friends outside of Premiere was when we were doing The Blab, which was a podcast dedicated to explaining current wrestling to Andy. That was the whole premise of the show, is that Andy doesn't watch wrestling, what's going on, and we would just be like, all right, let's talk wrestling about stuff now. And he'd be like, he hit him with what? And he'd be like, yeah, bro, and we would explain what's going on.
And what was Andy's reaction to contemporary wrestling? Were you intrigued by it?
Well,
or did it bore you?
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I have a tough time watching wrestling. Although I've watched a few shows this year, like Dave had me watching some AEW. I watched some of that. I've tuned into a few pay-per-views, because I got Peacock,
Right. You watch Rumble, right?
Yeah. I watch, I tried to watch War Games, and I haven't made it all the way through yet. But I watched some. I just haven't had time, but I watched some of it. But I don't like sit and watch like a whole pay-per-view or anything. I like to skip around.
Yeah. I mean, I hope you watch my matches.
I mean, well, I'm out there watching yours.
Yeah.
But that's what's cool because, like, I don't know if guys appreciate it or not, but like, some guys will ask me, how did I do after I match, or want me to give pointers or something like that. And as much as I want to say, please don't chop anymore, they still do it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So
it can be a bit overdone. Yeah.
I don't know if, if they're seeing this on these other shows or what, but
it's very in vogue.
A lot of chops going on.
Yeah, I don't watch much wrestling these days either. I'm too busy reading literature.
Yeah,
and gambling.
So you're not watching like Raw and SmackDown, or see, I don't even know how to watch those because I don't even know what I just stream stuff, so I don't have.
Yeah, I know. Who has TV anymore, right?
I don't have live TV.
Yeah, I mean,
like I don't watch those, and I don't even know.
Kids these days are watching Raw and SmackDown on the TikToks, I guess.
Well, yeah, you see highlights on social media. That's all you see. And that's probably my extent of watching wrestling, right? Is like clips and stuff.
So this, I just want to really quickly, while it's on my mind, and we can even edit this out, but I got to bring it up only because this reminds me of how I watched that event that we talked about last episode. I had watched it through YouTube. It was 1,000% through YouTube. It was chess boxing. Right?
Yes.
So what if, and hear me out on this.
Chest.
It was chest
boxing.
Big thing in the community right now is chess boxing.
Yeah, no, I've seen some chess boxing, yeah.
So Connor likes to gamble. What if there was some gamble wrestling, poker wrestling, where you did 3 minutes of playing poker and you pull the poker out and then 3 minutes of wrestling? You play until someone loses their chips or gets pinned. I'm just saying.
That'd be a good gimmick match, yeah.
It's like the chess boxing, but with wrestling. I'm just saying, something to think about.
Yeah, the royal flush.
Yeah,
royal flush.
Yeah. What are you? Are you gambling on wrestling matches, Connor? Or what are you gambling on?
I actually was shocked to see. I actually have caught a little bit of AEW, and I was shocked to see that you can bet on wrestling matches on the apps. I guess why wouldn't you be able to? They're a sport just like any other, but no, I try to stay away from wrestling matches. The only wrestling matches I'm betting on are my own, not betting on me. So far, it hasn't always turned out the way I needed to.
Straight to the pay window.
Straight to the cashier, baby. Color me up.
Yeah.
You said you've been covering a lot of tech. What's the year in review of tech? Let's hear the year in review of tech.
Oh, dude, I've been buying so much tech. It's crazy, dude.
Let's hear the gear rundown of the year. It's the year of the gear.
Well, a lot of accessories, but like I switched all my mics to Rode mics.
Yeah.
So
sounds buttery smooth.
And then thank you. And I bought actually 3 of these mics, but I got deals on them. Like one guy I just saw was selling one, and I got a really good deal on it. And then I've been doing a lot of those. Like Amazon will have the I don't want to say refurbished, but like returned items like from their warehouse. So you might get something with a scratch. You might get something with a scratch on it.
A little scuff, yeah.
But you're still saving like $40-$50, So I got a lot of stuff.
You can't hear those scratches.
No, you can't. They were everything like as new or good, good as new or stuff like that. So I got a lot of deals on microphones and like even like upgraded the camera. I found a lot of deals on Facebook Marketplace on stuff, and I was actually able to recycle some of my old tech too.
Nice.
I still got more that I want to list out there, but I found actually 2 or 3 people within the area, like within from either from Rockford or Janesville, Madison area that wanted to buy some of my old podcasting microphones and equipment because they wanted to start their podcast.
There you go. A little tech trade.
Yeah. Well, not even a trade, just straight up sale. But
Sure.
but it got them some cheaper equipment so they could start their thing. Or one guy was a musician. One girl was started a tattoo shop in town that hooked up my iPad,
Cool.
and to draw our designs on and stuff, and just kind of cool, dude. Like, getting that stuff you don't use and like recycling it out there and then using that to buy new stuff. Like I had a couple new LG monitors, just like lighting, things like that,
Nice.
just to kind of like make better content and things like that. Yeah, it's just been crazy, but dude, I love accessories. Like if I see a cool accessory, I'm probably getting it.
He gets all this stuff and he upgrades all this gear, and yet I gotta shove him every month to get one of these podcasts done. Sitting there, Andy, let's do it. Andy, let's do it. Andy, let's do it.
No, well, and part of it too was learning like the editing apps.
Do you guys operate? Do you guys go monthly usually or bi-monthly?
You think it's scheduled?
It's like bi-monthly.
You think it's regular?
Like every other.
You think there's a schedule?
This has been your bi-monthly tech talk.
Bi-monthly, that's funny, dude. Well, we've just talked about laying down a schedule for like this next year to record on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of going to be our thing. But so we're looking to hopefully double, triple the content.
Nice
for 2023. So
that means double, triple the Connor appearances.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. Whenever you want to jump on, it's great.
And if you find some sponsors so we can help pay off that debt that you've got from all your gambling.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'll forward them to you for sure.
There we go. Just send them our way. Our next show is actually going to be a Q&A show because we didn't put out all these stuff, but like we wanted to reach out to people and be like, what's some stuff that we can talk about that you want to answer, stuff we can answer for you. So that'll be a lot of fun. That'll probably be our next show that we start off 2023 with.
Yeah, you guys need hot topics.
Yeah, little AMA,
What about movies? What about the best in film of 2022? What about do you review that? Do you review the best in
I'm trying to think of what even movies I've seen, to be honest with you. Like, have you been to the actual theater to see a movie?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think maybe I went to. Did I?
I'm one of those guys that unfortunately, like, I've got something I like, so I'm gonna say the same answer every time. Top Gun Maverick was my movie of the year. Like, I got so amped up for that. Like, it's right. It's just a touched up version of the first one, but I don't care. That's what I want.
I thought it was even better.
Yeah, there's some people who are like, I haven't seen the first one. They're like, this is the quintessential version. It's like, okay, yeah, I loved it.
They trained all those folks to act inside of jets.
Yep.
Pretty crazy.
That was one of my favorites. Also the movie Bullet Train. I don't know if you guys saw that one with Brad Pitt. Did you guys see that by any chance?
Bullet Train. No. I know people were talking about that one.
That was a good one. I think it's on streaming now. I think it's on Netflix. Highly recommend it. It's like an ensemble cast thing where it's a bunch of people, assassins on a train, trying to get the briefcase that's got the thing in it, So it's a fun one, comedy action movie. So those would be the two that stand out to me.
See, I didn't go to the theater at all this year, but I saw some stand up.
Oh yeah. Who'd you
I went to some big shows. Like I went to saw Chappelle. I saw Tom Segura.
Oh, cool.
I went to some live shows.
Bangers.
That was fun. Like, let me tell you, that was a good time. But I don't know. Like, I want to say, like, the only thing I probably watched, like, that House of Dragons. Like, I watched that. Whatever's streaming, I got, whatever pops up on Disney Plus, this new things like that. But I haven't been to a theater, but I do enjoy now how that you can like pick out book your actual seat in the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go? Where do you try to go?
Where have I been? Like, where are they doing that?
I'm a middle high guy in the theater. Just want to point that out. Like if I'm sitting in the theater, no
middle. Yeah, I'm like in that middle where like sometimes they have the 2-seat recliners right there in the middle, like before that second half starts in the theater. So you're like, you're like right there by the aisle, and like maybe you don't have people next to you, like it's spaced out a little bit.
The ones that are reserved for the handicapped people?
Kind of next to that, but
okay.
Yeah.
I got one of those hangers. I put it on the side. It's got the little wheelchair symbol.
My back hurts, and I get a little more space, so it's win-win.
You've earned it.
But no, like I just think that's super cool that you can do that now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I was also thinking of the year in review, best wrestling matches of the year.
Yeah.
I know what mine are for sure.
What's number one? You're confident. Come on. Give me your top three, I should say.
All right. I'll run them down. Gambling Connor's top 3 wrestling matches of the year would probably have to go something like number 3, Connor Core versus Matt Longtime.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I thought so as well. Number 2 would probably be the hot dog or a handshake battle royal.
It's and a handshake, not or, but yes.
Well, yeah,
that was fun.
There were no handshakes involved, so I don't think I got either. Yeah, I got neither.
Whoa!
Finally,
the battle royal.
I refused my hot dog, but finally, the greatest wrestling match of the year would have to be Connor Core versus Eddie the Bruiser Cruz.
Oh,
okay.
How many of those 3 matches did Connor get over on? Win those?
Just about all of them, I would say.
Just about all of them. There's
the fans' hearts.
I didn't know you were talking like your personal matches. Like,
well, no,
I thought you meant like wrestling in general.
Yeah, I did mean wrestling in general.
I didn't stutter.
That was exactly what I meant. I think you'll find that many wrestling critics will agree with my list.
I have seen a lot of the comments. Yeah, the comments are nothing but positive.
YouTube doesn't lie, dude. You have 1 million views for a reason.
Yeah, that's creeped up to several million at this point.
Yeah.
Like, for example, on that Matt Longtime match, the comment here, great show, love the look of that Matt fella. Like, that's that Matt fella. That's a good one.
That's because I made him look good.
Let's go to this 701 spot here. Let's see what's at 701. Looks like he's grabbing your legs here and doing something to you around the post.
Yeah, kind of like a row your boat.
We won't talk about the legalities of that, though.
Connor, how do you deal with the, just this social media, YouTube limelight that you're in? How do you deal with the criticism, the comments? I'm sure there's good and bad, but how are you dealing with because you're getting so many views on YouTube, like, are people like stopping you in the streets when you go to the store? Like, what's going on?
Wow, what a great question.
Yeah.
It's moments like the ones that you mentioned when I'm getting the most attention, some good, some bad, that I'm reminded of the wise words spoken by a philosopher some time ago. And it says that haters are my motivators.
Mm.
And so I let that continue to guide me through the course of greatness.
And with all the attention online and your gambling addiction, like, what's next for you? Like, OnlyFans, adult film? Like, what are we?
Well, I'm going to have to carve into new avenues to be able to pay off some of these debts. I'm hoping 2023 is the year the wins start rolling in for me, but if not, I might have to consider some other options, perhaps licensed playing cards.
I was just gonna, yeah. When's the merch dropping?
Side hustles.
Side hustles. Yeah, well, as the debt continues to grow, the chances of merchandise do as well.
I've been working on some merch too.
Really? Let's hear about the Wrestling Andy merch.
Yeah, well, I was supposed to have some shirts drop this year, but supply chain issues. So hopefully 2023 we're going to get some new merch drops, T-shirts, maybe some hats. I don't know.
I am also working on merch as we speak. I have a Printify Etsy dropship store that I'm working on.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Nice.
Things are happening.
Wow. Well, it's my New Year's resolution to get as many of those shirts and hats from Dave's Etsy store, as well as official Wrestling Andy merchandise for as many of my friends' family as possible.
Nice.
Upcoming year.
Yeah, they're gonna be pretty sweet, and I'm excited too. Like, even like this year, all of the new JWA merch. I've yet to see.
Yeah, some of that stuff is so cool. The flannel. Oh,
dude, I've yet to see like cooler merch than the JWA stuff.
It is admittedly very cool.
Yeah. I don't know. What do we got here? We got something Dave's pulling up here.
Look at the shirt.
The official
okay.
The Ref merch line.
This is the first Dave the Ref one.
I like
that. On the design.
I like that.
Different colors.
Yeah.
Same. Comes in black, light blue, white.
Have you considered striped?
No, because I don't want any people posing.
Sure. Yeah, you got to earn those stripes.
You got to earn the stripes. That should be that's going to be the tagline on the next shirt. You got to earn the stripes.
Earn the stripes.
And it's going to be me showing my butt to the camera.
I should get a cut of that one, though, I think.
Yeah, I'll give you the 4 cents on the 8 cents that I'll make. Yeah.
Okay.
50% of that one.
Sure. That's generous.
Yeah, what a crazy year, though. What a crazy year.
It's been wild, dude. It's very exciting. I've had a lot of fun.
Man, now that we've all reviewed it together, it's certainly been a doozy.
You know what's crazy? You know, actually, this whole thing with Connor, I believe, started at
when I saw you at that
Tim's wedding.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm going to a wedding and I'm in a hotel lobby and all of a sudden Connor's there. And then we get into some bus like that are going to take you to the venue. And there's like, we both get on this bus and there's like nowhere to sit.
We're crammed into the bus.
It's like you're standing and I'm like falling into people's laps and shit. And like, it was totally crazy.
Yeah, it felt just like a battle royal in that bus. And that wedding, guess where it was? A casino. That wasn't good. That's where the gambling. That's where the debt began.
Are you more into like? Are you playing? What are you playing? Like blackjack, video poker? Are you just doing coin slots?
I play all sorts of games. Whatever I see the most rubes at, whatever table I see the most rubes at. I like games with dice, games with cards, games of chance, games of skill. But yeah, I like to go on to the machines.
Pick a number.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever
Three-card Monty?
Did you ever see Vegas Vacation, the movie? When they go to the other casino, the off-strip one?
That's my favorite.
Go fish.
Go fish. That's crazy. Actually, the three of us should maybe go to Vegas sometime. That'd be pretty.
I'm going in January.
That would be crazy.
Let's we can go for my birthday in March. Skip JWA. I'm just saying.
Probably find you a meeting out there, Connor, for your addiction.
Yeah. I desperately need help.
Jesus.
Yeah, I want to say like I always played video poker, I guess.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good at that.
I'm a big craps guy. When we were in Vegas last, won a lot of money at craps. It's one of those games where like when you win like big. There's no like, oh, I broke even at craps. Like you either are winning everything or losing everything that you put on. So just last couple of times it's been winning, winning a lot. And then I go spend it immediately on, booze and stuff. So it all ends up working out.
I'm a big craps guy too. I'm always like, crap, I lost. Yeah, get out of here. Got to get out of here, dude. I always like usually if I don't gamble a whole lot, but if I do, I only I know I'm gonna play a certain amount, and if I win, maybe I'll win like a couple $100, and I'm like, I'm out, I'm stopping,
Yeah,
quit while you're ahead,
Yeah, I usually stop once they tie me up and bring me out back and threaten to break my kneecaps. That's when I realized I probably should walk away.
That should be a promo after the next JWA show. Is after Connor's match, 2 random guys just come and grab him, throw a sack over his head, and take him out back, and then the camera follows him, and they just beat the hell out of him in the back.
Man, that would be awfully real. Are you describing a promo or a reality?
I don't even know at this point.
It's actual footage. We just show actual footage.
All right, guys, we cut the camera. Guys, we cut it. You really can stop.
People will be like, "Oh, is this a new faction?" No, it's just people Connor was funny to. They knew he was going to be wrestling here tonight.
The house always wins, right?
The house always wins. Excuse me.
No, dude. I don't know how long. What's the longest you've gambled for? If you go to a casino or something, are you in it to win it? Are you all day?
I think of myself like those elderly folks who sit on the machines and wear their diapers.
Penny slots.
Yeah, the penny slots.
Yeah.
And as long as that depends can hold steady, then you should be good to just keep cranking it.
Couple rounds of waters, yeah.
Yeah, most of those places are open 24/7, so they won't even kick you out.
Yeah, that's crazy. So there's supposed to be at some point a casino opening up here in town.
That's right. You were telling me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they've been talking about it forever, but I guess it's actually happening soon. And I think they opened one up in Rockford now too. I think there's a Hard Rock or something going in, or maybe it's open already down there. It's like a casino / entertainment venue or something like that. But so back in the day, my one gambling story, my little go-to gambling story, my grandpa one time, this is back in the day, but he asked me, "Hey, do you want to go up to the Dells to go to the casino?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go up for a little while, right?" And yeah, I'll go with you. So we go up there. It's a little drive up there to the Dells, And then we're at this casino, and we're probably there for about half hour. And I think I hit I won maybe $200 or something like that, right away. And I'm like, okay, I'm kind of done, And I look over, and dude's playing, all of a sudden playing 2 machines.
Oh no!
He's got 2 going at the same time, and and I'm like, "Hey, you want to get going soon, or how long do you want to stay here, kind of thing?" And he's like, "We're not leaving until both these machines hit." So, and it's video poker, right? And I'm playing one. He has me playing one for a little while, and he's playing the other one, and then. He's hitting ATM, whatever, and we're there, and I getting phone calls hey, where are you guys? I'm like, we're still at the casino, 8 hours later, you guys, 8 hours later, we're finally leaving. Okay. And mind you, I won half hour, 45 minutes in.
Right.
And
what were you doing in the meantime? Just watching?
A little bit of that.
Playing?
But I was playing one. I was playing one of the machines.
Oh, okay.
With the guy's money.
I see. Oh, I see.
Yeah. So me, and then we're even throwing my winnings in there.
Right. Exactly.
These two
that's
machines.
what I was wondering about. Yeah.
I kid you not. It's 8 hours later, if not both of those damn machines hit, and we left.
Oh.
That was my
true to his word.
Yeah, dude.
You guys could have been there even longer.
They both hit and we left. It was crazy.
Did they hit for a net positive or just like enough where you felt good?
No, it was positive, you know.
It was a net positive win.
Yeah, wow. It was a positive win, and it was great. It was crazy, dude. But I'm never gonna forget that. You know? It was a great time.
So I was at a casino. It was after a softball tournament. Me and my buddies, we were all right. We'll go. I'll throw a couple $100 in, whatever. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll do the same." So we get there, and we go to these Wheel of Fortune machines that are side by side, and we're playing. And every time I do the Wheel of Fortune thing, we had this like little like handshake that we'd do. It was crazy. It was weird. And we're winning a good amount of money. Like we were both net up $700 between the two of us. And we're like, this is awesome. Like we're going to pay for uniforms. We're going to get some bats and stuff like that. Our buddies show up. And they're like, nah, let's go do other stuff. And so they're like, hey, can you lend us some of that money? It's like, yeah, sure. Here's $100, whatever. But we want to make sure that we stay at least plus 400. No, we end up go down 400 after these guys show up. Brutal. And they leave. And I'm pissed. I'm like, our coolers showed up and just fucking ruined it for us. And we start heading towards the exit, just me and my one buddy, because the other guys left. And I get about halfway to the exit and I stop and he keeps going. He makes about 30 steps. He turns around and is like, dude, like, let's go. And I go, nah, we can't go out like this. And I turn around, put $100 in the machine, win another 100. And I'm like, yep, I'm out. Let's go. He's like, but we didn't win anything. I'm like, nah, man, you just can't go out a loser.
Right.
We're going out winners, baby.
It could have been worse. Yeah. Yeah. You can't, right. You stop while you're just a little bit ahead.
Right. And I got extremely lucky that it turned out like that. But to this day, like whenever I turn down, like, oh, let's go drink all night. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm going to stay home. Dave, we can't go out like this. It's like, yeah, you're right. We can't go out like this. Like, that's the catchphrase of the day with that group of friends, all from that night of horrendous gambling losses that we incurred after being up.
Yeah, one time I went to a casino and it was my friend's bachelor party, and we got so messed up the night before that we lost my friend who was the husband who was supposed to be there. We spent the whole day looking for him, and we met Mike Tyson, and it was crazy. It was like a movie.
That's nuts. Did anything else happen of note on that trip?
I don't remember.
Did you guys do it a second time?
Yeah. We probably we should have learned after the first one, but we did it again, and then would you believe it? We did it a third time too.
You guys should have stopped after the first one, but for some reason you did it another 2 times.
Yeah, well, we were making so much money at the casino.
Right, yeah, that's true.
I was at a work trip one time, and we're in Vegas, and we're at I think it was New York, and so me and this dude I was with, we're like, it was like a Packer game was on. I think it was like Packers 49ers or something like that, and I'm like, we should find somewhere to watch the game, and I think the sports book was full or something like that. But we're walking around the casino floor, and like off to the side was like I saw a big TV on by this little bar, and like nobody's in the room. I'm like, oh, dude, we should go sit in there, you know? And we walk in, and we're just sitting at this bar, and like nobody's around. And finally, this bartender comes up, and she's like, "Oh, you guys gambling?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." And she's like, "Oh, well, if you're gambling, anything you want's free, you know." Right. And I'm like, "Oh, sweet." I'm like, "I'll take a Guinness." And they had like the video poker kind of machines in the bar, like around the bar,
right?
Outside.
Yeah.
You know, so like we're watching. I'm like, "This is great. Nobody's in here. We got this big room to ourselves." We're like, I'm like, "I'll play some video poker."
Yeah, sounds like a nice setup.
You know, I throw in like $20. I'm playing for a little bit and watching the game, and I'm like, "Oh, you know, cool." I'm like, "I'll get another Guinness," you know, and like we're not even there like 15 minutes and 15, 20 minutes. And a dude next to me is like, "How the hell are you still playing?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I'm down $200." Like, and I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, how is this even possible right now?" And anyway, turns out it was a high roller room. and like had no idea.
I
And like
see.
nobody was in there, you know.
I see.
Jesus.
So funny,
That
but like,
explains it.
but I walked back out with my $20.
Yeah.
The highest of rollers.
Yeah.
Hey, high roller is relative. For me, $20 is a lot right now after I've lost so much money to gambling debts, you know.
Yeah. I told you about my buddy who was betting on soccer down in Vegas. We're sitting there during the Poland, I don't think they were playing Croatia. I don't remember who they were playing. And on the other side, Mexico was playing Saudi Arabia. And what was funny is he bet on Poland to win and to advance in their group. And so what was happening is Mexico needed to score like 3 goals, and Poland needed to lose by more than 2 for Mexico to advance. It was some crazy scenario, right? So he's rooting on Poland and rooting against Mexico. Turns out everybody in the sports book was rooting for Mexico, because every time that they would score, like 50 people, it felt like, would stand up and start cheering and stuff like that. And then when Poland scored, he was the only dude standing up and saying anything. And I'm like, dude, you're going to get your ass kicked.
You don't want to be the only one.
Yeah, he's like, no, you guys got my back. I'm like, no, I'm going to film it, dude. Like, it is straight to TikTok. Get your ass kicked in Vegas. And then Poland ended up winning, and all these guys were like fucking off, like, and he's just like, all right, let's sneak out and I'll cheer out in the hallway. I'm like, yeah, good call, bro.
Yeah, as long as he was safe.
Yep.
You guys have you ever bet on horse races, or not horse races, dog races, like Greyhound?
No, but I would love to.
Yeah, they used to, in Delavan, they used to have a Greyhound track. Like back in the day, they tore it down, and it's like a fleet farm now. But
That's awesome.
yeah, I remember when I first moved to that area, like they still had the Greyhound track, and we went, and like I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
Do they chase like a little motorized rabbit?
Something like that, yeah. And I'm betting on like Santa's Little Helper or whatever.
Santa's Little Helper, that's
But it was something else, dude.
Yeah. So in Vegas, we were gonna do a group bet. Everyone put $10 in. We were gonna bet on a horse, right? So go to the wall, and we're reading the things, and we're like, like this sounds like a good name, right? Well, it turns out that we bet on a chariot race, which is, the chariot behind the horses and whatever. It's still on a normal track or whatever.
Yeah.
And like all these people are like, why are they betting on this? Like, we had no clue, right? And this one guy walks by and he's like, are those horses special needs? And I was like, no, they didn't. They're not racing special needs horses. It became like the big, like the rest of the conversation was circled around like, oh, do you think they have like 3 legs? Like, no, they're just chariots. Like, that's just the style of racing. It was just,
it's like horses that like aren't safe enough to jockey.
Don't get on that horse, you madman. Get behind it.
I'd watch that race.
Jesus. It was the most surreal experience after that. Just like everybody asking questions about, well, why are they chariot horses?
Oh, dude, talking about gambling and stuff, like I got crazy into that this year, that Powerball jackpot.
Yeah, there's another big one coming up.
Like, dude, every week I was buying tickets. Like twice a week. They got you twice a week.
Excuse me.
Were you guys buying tickets for that? And are you picking your own numbers, or I just did quick picks or whatever?
Yeah, statistically, it's better to do let the machine do it for you.
So this is how I equate it. I said, imagine being on a 30th floor of a building and taking a dart and dropping it and trying to hit a target. Okay, picking your numbers is like aiming. Like no matter what, it's still got to fall 30 stories and move in the air and land on the spot.
Yeah, I used to work at 7-Eleven, and some of those lottery people were so crazy. And if you would like if they filled out the thing wrong, or if you misheard their number and it wasn't the number that they wanted, they'd be like, "Oh, this isn't my number, but I have to buy it anyways because now if this is the winning ticket, I would be pissed."
Right.
But yeah, I saw people leave their children in the car while they were filling out scratchers for hours in the cold. It was, yeah. I mean, that's me now. That's how I am now.
They're picking their own numbers.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes.
Now, are you guys doing the like extra power play for $1?
The mega multiplier. No, you
Like, do
don't
you
need
do
those.
that? Do
You
you
don't
do
need
that?
those. If you spend the money just to get the ticket, you win that ticket. It's not gonna make much of a difference if you get a few extra million now, is it?
Because that
Well,
doesn't count. That doesn't count for like the jackpot,
no,
right? So it
no.
doesn't matter.
But here's my question. For the numbers that you're picking, and I've had an argument about this, not a discussion, but an argument. For the numbers that you're picking, are you picking numbers that mean something, like people's birthdays, or are you picking lucky numbers? What's your strategy with numbers?
My lucky number is my birthday, or one of your guys' birthdays, rather. Dave's, when's your birthday? That's my next Mega Million.
It's March 27th.
All right. And if that one wins, then I'm thanking you.
So here's the thing, right? So exactly what you just said. I was talking with someone about this. They said, "Oh, I usually pick out like my family's birthdays." I said, "Absolutely, will never do that." And they're like, "Why not? Like, what's your deal? Like, do you hate your family?" I'm like, "No, I love my family. That's why I would never do that." Imagine you've got to pick 6 numbers, right? And 5 of them are right, and your mom's birthday was the wrong one. Like, you would have to look at her like, you were the one that kept me from $1 billion. Like, I would never be able to look at him in the face.
That's a good
that.
one.
Or what if you're like, oh, I forgot when your birthday was,
Right?
and I picked the wrong date.
Right. Like, too many scenarios where this could go wrong is all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I just do like 2 quick picks, and that's it. But dude, they had me every damn week, twice a week.
Yeah, man.
And they just kept dragging it out. So one person won that, dude.
What do you think the thing is now? Either of them, the Mega or the other one. Do they do them both in Wisconsin? Powerball and Mega, or just Powerball?
There's both, I think.
No, I don't know. What do you think the jackpots are?
I don't know.
$1 billion.
How much?
You couldn't see it over audio, but I did the Dr. Evil.
Is it up to 500 yet? 500?
640 million for the Mega Millions and 222 for tonight's.
Wow.
And that would almost cover all my gambling debt.
Now, do you take the the cash out or payments over time?
Over time.
Cash.
Got to do overtime.
Cash.
For real?
You can invest the money.
They take a big cut of that if you take it all at once.
Yeah. But you can invest and be over the amount of the annuity.
Yeah, but you hear about those stories. Those people end up like MC Hammer, giving it all away or something.
Right. Well, that's where you got to lawyer up right away.
The curse of the lottery.
Right.
Yeah, but
what's your first move?
If something happens to you, you don't get nothing on those monthly payouts, right? And you're done.
I mean, if something happens to you, I think that's what you're worrying about, not the money.
No, but like I'm saying, like,
oh, you're dead.
That stops. You don't get that full payout.
True.
Yeah.
Whereas if you took the lump sum, you could hand that down to like loved ones.
Yeah, or you could get buried with it in your tomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would take the money, and I wouldn't buy a lot of extravagances, but I would make sure that like people were taken care of and stuff like that. Like,
I'd probably build a tomb.
Right.
I love those memes, like, if I ever win the lottery, you'll know, and it's like Castle Grayskull in the middle of a neighborhood or something like that, I'm not going to tell you, but you'll know.
Right. What's your extravagance that you're buying? Unlimited. You're given a credit card, like in Blank Check, the movie from the 90s, which is very topical. Anyways, you're given that. What's your first extravagance? You've taken care of family. You've invested enough. What's the one thing that you're buying that's you?
Well, for me, I'm bribing Commissioner Andy to give me a Badger State Championship match.
There you go. Not going to buy the company. Strictly just wants one match.
No, I got to earn it.
There you go.
And then once I get that belt, I can sell it to pay off my gambling debts.
That's true.
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm building a venue, and where we're gonna have wrestling all the time. maybe there's training there. I'm not training, but maybe there's training there as well. But where you have a venue that you don't like owe rent to, right? It's just paid for, right?
Right.
So you always have that venue. It's set up, and then I'm given, investing. I'd invest a lot of money into like the actual workers and stuff, like the talent, dude. Maybe they're getting taken care of, getting better gear, getting
And would this
like
training facility have private podcasting studios as well?
There'd probably be a sweet ass podcasting studio. Yeah, so we
soundproof chambers.
Yeah.
So that's
professional.
Right. Well, Andy and I have talked about this a lot. That's always been my goal, is to build a TV studio that can turn into, it would have space to have a wrestling ring in it, but you can remove that, do podcasts, remove that, put sets up, put stages up.
Well, you've got some of the lighting. You've got some of the lighting down, so
I've got so much fucking lighting. You have no idea.
That's what you need to look good.
Yeah,
it's all portable lighting.
Yeah,
so much goddamn lighting.
But we'd go all out, dude. Like best of the best with that, and then just like investing in things like that. I'd like, like I saw. So during the pandemic, like Zencaster, they had let everybody use their platform for free to record podcasts. And I saw something where they got a thing going on where you can invest in Zencaster. Like people can almost like it's not GoFundMe, but it's like another platform where you can actually invest in companies that are kind of on the startup or whatever. But I'd find companies like that, like things that I'm into, and invest in just different companies and stuff.
That'd be cool as shit.
Or people that I think should be creators, that just haven't got the nudge yet to, maybe they don't have the equipment. Hook them up with all the equipment to start doing their thing.
Give them the tools they need. Yeah. Maybe I would buy Twitter.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and verify all the guys, verify everybody.
Fuck it. I would buy Tout and bring it back.
Tout?
Bring back Tout.
Remember Tout? Wasn't WWE big into Tout? Didn't they have... they were invested in it, right? Yeah.
I think it's going to make a comeback.
Yeah.
Tout.
It's poised any day now.
What was the other one? Remember Vine? Vine 2.
Vine was bought by somebody, though.
Well, Twitter did Vine.
Right.
Yeah, and then wasn't it Vine 2 for a little while or something?
I don't remember Vine 2.
Yeah, I thought it was
Vine to Vine?
Yeah.
Jungle to Jungle.
What was the Twitter competition of Vine? What was that thing called? Oh, crap. Where you would do little things, and it was its own thing. It was it's going to annoy the shit out of me. I'll find it. Talks amongst yourselves.
Bumble.
Man, I thought this was this year in review, and you guys are talking about the past.
We're talking about what we're going to bring.
Things we'd invest in, dude, Bring back. I even think MySpace is still around, technically.
Yeah, it's kind of a graveyard now. It's they got tumbleweeds floating around MySpace, but they tried to bring it back a few years ago as a music platform.
A new MySpace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't it like a Timberlake thing or something?
It might have been.
I think it was. A new MySpace. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts.
But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I feel like we've had, more content in 2022 for sure. Just by I think, what I really enjoyed doing, what I've really enjoyed doing this year was trying to promote other people on social media. Not so much posting stuff for myself or about myself or things like that, but putting out there about other guys, you know, and trying to get attention on some of the talent and stuff,
Let them shine.
Fun fact, Andy owns DaveTheAwesome.com.
That's
really?
I did.
You snatched that domain up early, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say early, but he snatched it.
Yeah, dude. Because I was trying to drive. Yeah, I did. I did do
It was
that.
awesome. It was awesome.
Dude, I
Well,
invest.
if you've built up as big of a platform as you have, it's good to share a little slice.
I invest in stuff, dude. You know.
He
Wow,
was
you don't even need the money to start investing then.
No, you just do that. I mean, little increments here and there if I can, but
Like the price of DaveTheAwesome.com.
But I'm saying, like, if you won Powerball, dude.
Imagine how many Dave the Awesome domains you could get with that.
just saying.
That or like, dude, we're buying a t-shirt company, we're buying a merch company,
Hell yeah.
investing in that.
And putting it on DaveTheAwesome.com.
Yeah, dude. Selling shirts.
Right on.
Bring back Mimi TV. Just saying. There are things we could do.
Dude, there used to be a platform. Speaking of that, there used to be like a tech platform, social media platform called like app.net. And like I was like platform was awesome. And like I was decked. I had t-shirt, the swag, the whole deal, dude. I was verified over there. Their verification was you got verified. I used like your domain name for verification. And it was a pretty sweet platform, but I'd bring that back, dude, for sure.
Wow, verified there and Twitter.
Yeah, dude.
It's a lot of checks.
I mean, you don't need to be verified,
Yeah, but it helps.
Does it? I don't know.
It's easy for the verified to say you don't need to be verified. It's easy for you haves to tell us have-nots how good we have it.
So apparently, because I don't know if you've been keeping tabs on the Twitter verification stuff, but it's changing daily. But
yeah.
Apparently, they're supposed to give you more reach or whatever.
Yeah. Right. They amplify your posts more.
And also put you ahead of the list in comments and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to be higher up so people actually see your comments.
You're the first one seen, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I thought that was pretty cool. But the reason I liked it, though, is they used to have this, like earlier this year, there used to be this company called Scroll.com. And it was, you paid like $5 a month or something like that. And you could read like news articles and like there's a couple of tech sites that I like to read where you didn't have ads popping up. It was like an ad-free version, and then increments of you viewing their articles. Those platforms made money. Like, and then I think there's a few news outlets on there, newspapers and stuff. But so that's kind of how they got paid, instead of all these ads that always pop up over the screen and stuff while you're watching, reading an article. And it was really cool. And then Twitter bought Scroll, right? So with their paid subscription, or Twitter Blue, or their when they had the paid Twitter before the checkmark stuff, Scroll was a part of that. So you could read, if you saw certain news articles pop up on Twitter, you could click on it and read it without the ads and stuff. And it was super awesome. And then all this stuff happened with Twitter, and Scroll's gone now.
You hate to see it.
Ain't it a shame?
But somebody needs to bring back that platform, because the idea was awesome.
Well, get on it. You just got to win that Mega Million to do it.
So, yeah, let's get some tickets going, dude. When's the next drawing? Let's do this. I probably missed today. It'd be Friday. Okay.
Friday. So if this never goes up, it's because we were too busy spending all of our money. Diving into coins like
Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, you'll see me disappear real quick.
What happened to Andy? I don't know. Fucker just gone.
I used to live across the street from a guy that he won some lottery, and it wasn't like like a huge Powerball or whatever, but it was a good chunk of change. And that dude, all of a sudden, I remember like the next year he had like this biggest like heated enclosed snowplow. Like, it was just like insane, dude. And then next thing you know, a dude's just gone. He's like, F this snow, dude, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And yeah, shout out to DJ Raj, you know.
You didn't get a piece?
No, man, he was cool, dude.
It wasn't that cool if you didn't get a piece.
Wow, dude, scared me once. I didn't talk to the guy a lot because so he DJ'd on the side, you know. But like sometimes he'd come around and plow people's driveways, you know. And one time I remember I had hurt my leg, you know, wrestling, I think is when I tore my meniscus or whatever. And I was kind of out trying to shovel my driveway or something. Snowblower was broke at the time. It's always broke. You know how snowblowers go. And dude's like, hey, you want me to plow your driveway? And I'm like, oh, dude, yeah, that's cool. You know, so he does, you know, his deal was like first one's free, you know. And like, so, but dude's in a full ski mask, right? Like he's bundled up. I don't know what he looks like. I never met the guy before. And so he plows my driveway, and then like next snowstorm comes around, and same thing. He's like, you know, $20 or whatever. He threw out a number, you know. And I was like, oh, there it is. You know, I was waiting for you know, he did a good job the first time. I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm like, I'm not shoveling this. You know, sounds good to me, man. He's like, yeah, we'll settle up later or whatever, you know. Well, dude never comes back to settle up, you know. But dude's wearing a full ski mask. And one day I'm getting ready for work, and you know, I'm kind of running late or whatever. And I had opened the garage door, but then I ran back inside to like grab my backpack or something. And it's like early in the morning, and I come back out through the garage, and this dude's standing there. And I'm like, Jesus, you know.
In the hockey mask or the ski mask, rather?
No, he doesn't have a mask on. It's just his face. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. You know, I'm ready to like throw down on this guy, you know. And he's like, oh, I plowed your driveway. And I'm like, Jesus, dude, you had a ski mask on when I saw you last. Like, you can't just do that. You know,
isn't it weird? It's weird that the stranger, you would have felt more comfortable with him in a ski mask.
Yeah, it sounds to me like the ski mask would have helped in that.
Right.
Actually.
Yeah, well, hey, brother.
Well, if that guy's listening right now, imagine I'm looking at the camera. I owe a lot of money to a casino, and you can help. And if you're as cool of a guy as Andy says, I think you will. So reach out.
And like I said, it's March, so no snow plowing to be done right now. So.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, dude, I still haven't. Dude, plow's broke. Plow's broke as we speak, but it's horrible. But yeah, no, dude, that was some scary stuff. So you can't approach people like that, you know. Just put a bill in the mailbox and let it be. Don't stand in somebody's garage, you know.
Yeah, that is a bit much.
It was crazy, but no, he hooked it up. He was a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Well, you know, thanks for reviewing the year, you guys. 2022.
Yes. Happy to have reviewed the year.
I'm ready, dude. I'm ready. You guys ready for next year already?
I'm going into this new year with a renewed sense of vigor.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you thinking? You trying to win some JWA gold so you can pawn it at the
I need to
local pawn shop.
That's about the only plan that I have left. Yeah. Once I get one of those belts, I'm going to see how much I can get for it, and hopefully that'll make a dent into my debt.
Based on condition alone, probably Badger is the best condition that you'll get some money for.
That's why that's the first time I mentioned. So
yeah, sure.
All listeners of the podcast, we're starting a campaign to get me a Badger State Championship match so that I may pawn the belt.
How about we just focus on the podcast from here on out, and you just pawn my tag belts?
Yep.
See what you can get for them.
Well, I'm hoping the money that I make from tonight's appearance on the podcast will also help my debt a little bit.
Wait, you're getting paid?
Right? Oh, was that not supposed? Oh, whoops.
Whatever I make on my OnlyFans in 2023, I'll just put right into your PayPal account, Connor.
That's good too.
Don't link it on Twitter. That's all I ask.
No, it'll be a secret link.
Good.
Yeah. Can't be sharing that spicy link on Twitter. They'll have none of that, especially if you're verified. You can't be doing that stuff.
Can't be doing that stuff.